evening and welcome to the first ever We Are Friends Music Festival. I'm Drew Carney. You could call me a longtime fan of Friends of the Children Portland and the great service that they provide kids in our community. So I was definitely happy when I found out that KEGW was going to support the organization by airing this event tonight and that I would get to be your host. Friends of the Children Portland, if you're not familiar, has been providing salaried full-time mentors to Portland's high-priority youth for over 27 years now. Tonight, you're going to have a chance to meet some of these mentors. We call them friends. And you'll also get to see why the youth that Friends of the Children serve are so awesome. We also have an incredible lineup of musical talent for you tonight. This is a music festival. So who do we got? We've got Pink Martini, Portugal the Man, the Slants, the Daryl Grant Trio, and Michael Phillips. How about that? A wide variety of musical performers, and I'm really confident that each one of them will help lift your spirits up here in the middle of the holiday season. So with all of that said, let me introduce my co-host for tonight's music festival. She's the executive director of Friends of the Children Portland. Here's Tracy Rossi.
Good evening. Thank you so much for being with us tonight for We Are Friends Music Festival. I'm Tracy Rossi, Friends of the Children Portland's executive director. As a community, Portland has been through a lot this year. We know we can do hard things because that is exactly what we have all been doing. At Friends of the Children Portland, we have walked alongside the youth and families we serve as they navigate the challenges of poverty in the midst of a pandemic and social unrest. Every day, we have the privilege of witnessing their resilience, perseverance, and hope in a better future for the next generation. Friends of the Children has a unique model. We select kindergartners who are facing the most barriers and invite them to be a part of our program for 12 and a half years. Each youth in our program is then paired with a personal professional mentor whom we call friends. Friends help youth navigate complicated systems, overcome adversity, and grow into the adults they want to be. We know through experience and extensive research that this one-on-one relationship has the power to create generational change. We Are Friends Music Festival will give you a window into what makes Friends of the Children Portland so special, the youth and the generous community that embraces them. A wonderful example is our beloved partnership with Marv and Randy Ross, founders of Portland's hit band Quarter Flash and organ treasure the Trail Band. Music has been a central part of building community connections, so it is fitting they join us this evening with this special message.
Happy holidays. I'm Randy Ross.
And I'm Marv Ross.
This is the perfect time of year to reflect on those incredible people in our lives that bring us joy and enduring friendship. The two of us have been so fortunate to witness the amazing power of long-term relationships during our 27 years supporting Friends of the Children here in Portland.
Holidays with the Trail Band.
And for 25 of those years, we were lucky enough to produce Holidays with the Trail Band. Over 100 performances at the Aladdin Theater. We had wonderful musicians on stage, and we had an incredible audience every year. But my favorite part was that when the kids would talk, get up on stage and talk about their experiences with Friends of the Children.
Hello, my name is Dan. I really like Friends of the Children.
We are so happy you could join us this evening from the comfort of your home to listen to the music of some of Portland's best musicians and to get to know some incredibly talented youth in the Friends of the Children program.
Yeah. Happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you very much, Marv and Rindy, because your support has absolutely had a huge impact on Friends of the Children Portland. All right, with that said, we are going to get this party started right now by introducing our first band. So this is a group that got their start here in Portland back in 2006 when they created Chinatown Dance Rock, and they really got a name for themselves. They really made that name for themselves when they took the fight to trademark the name of their band all the way to the Supreme Court. They now have their own foundation, which is dedicated to providing resources, scholarships, and mentorship to fellow Asian Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to have them with us here tonight. Please welcome the Slants.
Hey Portland, on behalf of the Slants, we just want to say thank you. We're so honored to be a part of this winter event, and it is for a cause that is very near and dear to our hearts. I mean, mentoring youth has been a part of our band for over a decade now in our anti-racism work and our work of empowering youth, in fighting bullying, and giving folks a sense of hope. That's the power of art, that's the power of music, and that's the power of friendship. Because We Are Friends is such an important campaign, because those relationships are critical for changing the culture, a culture that hasn't always favored people who look like me or people who have come from our backgrounds. But we are so grateful for the work that is being done to change our world, and Friends of the Children is such an integral part of that. So we are so grateful for your support of this organization, because it is changing our world. It is changing the lives of youth and families, and that is so critical in this era where we're trying to work towards having a more equitable society. So thank you so much. I hope that you're able to give as much as you're able to give, that you continue to volunteer, that you continue to support organizations like Friends of the Children. We know we are, because it's something we're really passionate about. So thank you for this. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy a few songs from our band.
Remember counting the days, remember grasping for moments. Freedom was a digit away. Remember thinking the world closed up on you like an islet, peering through, seeing through. Remember when you were teenage, staring up at the ceiling, emotions like a runaway train. Remember making the promise to yourself not to be cautious, flawless and wondering. Watchful eyes, the arm is judged. One breath, you're on the cusp. You were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. You were 18, now you're 21. Housed by rules, now you're free to run. You were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. You were 18, now you're 21. Housed by rules, now you're free. Remember when people told you that you can't be dreaming. The present luxury's fading like the air that you're breathing. Remember when you were 3, filling your lung without question. The first time that you fell in the sea. And could you ever imagine if they board up the ocean, the cracks come immediately. The watchful eyes, the arm is judged. One breath, you're on the cusp. You were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. Now you're 21, housed by rules, now you're free to run. You were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. You were 18, now you're 21. Housed by rules, now you're free to run. Ooh. One day they'll see you were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. You were 18, now you're 21. Housed by rules, now you're free to run. You were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. You were 18, now you're 21. Housed by rules, now you're free to run. You were 18, now you're 21. Drew their lines and they changed their minds. You were 18, now you're distorted views. My lost love was all you knew. Then you walked inside. It's like a jump and then a fall, crashing your way through my walls. I'll just watch you fly. Veils cannot hide what you are. To me, we're one and the same. All of these feelings, can I be dreaming, endlessly falling when you come calling, dancing real close. Don't really know how I got to be here under city lights, right into the night. We both know this is right, so let's fight together. Daylight breaks and you're up again. There is no need to pretend. It's just you and me. Don't be scared to lose control. The past is gone, so is the whole. We can both break free. Veils cannot hide what you are. To me, we're one and the same. All of these feelings, can I be dreaming, endlessly falling when you come calling, dancing real close. Don't really know how I got to be here under city lights, we're right into the night. We both know this is right, so let's fight together. Marvel at the stars, lighting up the sky, flying from so far, descending in the night. Can you see them now? They can show us how. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All of these feelings, can I be dreaming, endlessly falling when you come calling, dancing real close. Don't really know how I got to be here. Whoa, whoa, under city lights, we're right into the night. We both know this is right, so let's fight together.
Being a friend means to me being that person in a youth's life that is there no matter what, keeps rooting for them and believes in them.
Being a friend, I think, means being someone who is authentic and real and flawed, and someone who can also be inspiring to youth and families to help show the youth specifically like what they can be based on what their strengths are in this world, and then making those opportunities happen for them.
Being a friend to me is just someone who is loyal to you and is going to tell you when you're right and wrong. And then when you're in the wrong, they're going to help you make it right. Someone who's there for you nonstop, no matter the situation, whether it's school, personal life, being there, family, whatever. Just being someone, a solid, consistent support system.
I think the role of a friend is just critically important in a youth's life, because I think young people need someone who can believe in them. And I think it's also a part of extending and expanding their community. Right? Just being like another adult who's in there to support the support system that's already in place. I think being a parent myself, I think it's critical to understand that having your youth having your children have a mentor is not to, substitute who you are as a parent, but it's to show them that there's another positive, safe adult that are in the community that still can love and care for you and be like an extension of you know, our values, our belief system, and what it is that we desire for you to grow up to be. And I think it also reiterates the fact that community is so important, and that belonging is so important, and hope is so important. And so I think that that's one of the things that I think is critical for having a mentor in a youth's life.
This is a very unique program. There is no program that I've found that will stick with youth for 12 years, no matter what, 12 and a half years, no matter what, whether they're doing fantastic, whether they're homeless, whether they're transitioning, whatever, foster care, we will show up no matter what.
When you give money to Friends of the Children Portland, you're literally changing lives. You're offering opportunities to people who haven't been offered the same opportunities that everyone else has been offered. I think that the families and the youth that we work with have significant power within them. They just haven't been given the help that they need in order to harvest that power. And a lot of that comes down to, you know, just support and resources. And when you invest in Friends of the Children, you're providing those families with the support and resources that they need to be successful, to have people who do amazing things in life and who change and develop themselves and just rock this world.
It's undeniable that these are relationships that will last a lifetime, and you have to see it to believe it.
Up next, we have Daryl Grant. Daryl Grant is a gem in our community. He is a jazz pianist, composer, professor, father, and a connector. Daryl connected with us this summer with an offer to dedicate his original song and music video, Take Flight, to benefit Friends of the Children Portland. He was witnessing how our city was responding to racial injustice and wanted to share a message of hope for our young people. It was during that project he said, "My hope as an artist is always that my art can inspire people to imagine a better world and hopefully turn that inspiration into reality." Tonight, I hope you are as inspired by Daryl's art and revel at the amazing work Friends is doing in Portland. Before we hear a few songs from Daryl Grant Trio, here is a look at mentorship in action. Daryl offered to hold a jam session with one of the youth we serve who shares his spark for playing the piano.
So one of the youth that I work with is Miley. She absolutely has a spark for music, and so piano is just one of the many ways that she expresses that. She's one of my youth who, whenever I propose something to her to just throw it out there and see if she's interested, she's like, yes, of course I want to try it. So we got her into some music classes at the Youth Music Project, which they host through a partnership with Friends of the Children Portland. And she got to take her very first piano lessons, which she loved.
There's lots of different kinds of pianists. The kind of pianist I am is a jazz pianist. Do you know what a jazz pianist does?
Yeah, I have jazz on here on my thing. I can do like the jazz.
Oh,
like
I bet. On your keyboard, of course. What songs are you learning? You play Old MacDonald? Or I might go. That is cool. Bravo. Yeah, just keep making stuff up like that. Well done, Miley. Good evening, everyone, and I'm so glad that we could join you tonight. I wish we could be with you in person, but we're here in this wonderful studio, the Map Room Studio in Portland, to share some music with you on this very special evening, and very inspired by the message of this We Are Friends festival.
this simple truth and have the courage to be free. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. You can fly. Never be afraid to love. Never be afraid to just be you. Just cast away the chains of doubt and have the courage to be free. Don't cloud your eyes with others' eyes. See only what you want to see. Just duplicate this simple truth and have the courage to be free. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. You can
Papa, why did you write this song?
I wrote it because I wanted to encourage you and young people like you. I wanted for you to embrace your place in this world.
How do you feel about the world right now?
I'm fearful because it's not the world I want for you. It's not the world you deserve. It's daunting sometimes. I'm also hopeful because you show me every day what is possible.
What do you want for the future?
I want us to find the best in ourselves. I want us and in each other to believe for your sake. I want us to trust a hope you represent. I want you to know that we see you. We need you. This is your moment.
Today's a day. It's all in play. We'll celebrate and watch it take flight. You've set the stage. Now turn the page. Take off the brakes. The sky awaits. Take flight. And we will wish you closer and watch you spread your way. Waving high our banners, saying you can do anything. So go explore, strike out from shore, discover what the sky is for, take flight. And we will wish you closer and watch you spread your wings, waving high our banners, saying you can do anything. You'll do your best, forget the rest, go chase a dream, find a quest, take flight. And from the ground, we circle round, family and friends, and marvel at these wings you found. Take flight, and we will wish you closer as you stretch your wings. Look down on this banner, saying you can do anything. And we will wish you closer and cheer you through the door. Gazing up in wonder, we could want nothing more than the chance to watch you soar. Take flight, take flight, take flight, take flight. Oh, when you're ready, test your reach, hold it steady. We're still teaching. Winds are feather, sky is calling. We'll still catch you when you're falling. When you're ready, test your reach and hold it steady. We're still teaching. Winds are feather, sky is calling. We'll still catch you when you're falling. When you're ready, test your reach, hold it steady. We're still teaching. Winds are feather, sky is calling. We'll still catch you when you're falling.
There was a youth who I had, and the first thing he says to me was like, "Are you my dad? Why do you want to hang out with me?" And I remember telling him just like, "Oh, well, I'm just another big friend that just would love to just like hang out with you." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then for like the next 6 months to a year, this kid was like, "Why are you here every week? Like, why are you here? Why are you taking me out? Why do I have to be with you? I keep telling, my mom that you're boring, And it was one of the things like, okay, this is taking a lot for me to still show up for this young person. And like, he's just seeming so apprehensive to the program and to our relationship. And so I'm trying different things, different strategies. And we'd have a little bit of a light one day and a little bit darker another day. And I think just me consistently showing up, and he ended up going to a different home, went to 2 other homes, and then he kind of found that he was adopted. And I think like me working with that family and me and him continuously working together, we went to beach trips together. We've done so many different things. We've grown over the years, and like now that is like my closest like relationship. We did some drop-offs because we do snack deliveries weekly. And so I did a drop-off for him probably about last month. And one of the things he said to me when I left the back of the door and I'm going to my car, he says, "I just thank you." You know, I just thank you. And I'm like, "Oh, well, no, I appreciate it." He was like, "No, I really thank you." And I've had this kid for 6 years now, so he's now in like 6th grade, right? And so he's able to have like language to be able to express himself now. And so I just think it's just awesome. That's one of the breakthroughs that I really like look forward to and look at when I think about working at FOTC Portland.
You know, my approach is just to show up and be loving and be kind and to listen. And, you know, those are the most important things, and everything else just comes after that.
And so I see this work like every day, and I see them continuously growing into the people that they genuinely want to be.
A major reason why I think that Friends of the Children Portland is worthy of the investment is really because we have professional mentors. And I think that it's not lost upon us that our job is so unique to be able to work with a young person for 12 and a half years, no matter what.
If you invest in Friends of the Children, you're investing in the future.
I think it's safe to say that all of us have faced challenges this year in some way, shape, or form, right? The big challenges that we're all aware of in 2020 included the massive wildfires that destroyed homes throughout the region, the political divisiveness that grew deeper this year, really more than most of us can ever remember in our lifetimes. And of course, we've also had to deal with the impact of a global pandemic. But despite all that, despite all of that, this place that we call home remains filled with incredible people, including the young people that are served by Friends of the Children Portland, the terrific musicians who are joining us here tonight, and also organizations like Friends of the Children who are doing that critical work that is needed to create positive change in our communities. So tonight, I'm asking you to please consider making a donation to Friends of the Children Portland. Please consider supporting this great organization, and it's absolutely easy to do that here tonight by simply going to their website. It's friendspdx.org, or you can simply text that number you see right there on your screen.
What's up, Portland? We are Portugal the Man, and we are coming to you with the We Are Friends live stream festival. And we just want to talk about the importance of community and coming together, especially for the youth. I'm so proud of this city this year. I've seen the youth do some pretty incredible things, and the organization, just the drive that young people have to go out there and make this place better is just unbelievably inspiring. I am proud to be living in Portland right now. Thank you to the youth. You guys got this, and make this world better for us old people.
Be excellent to each other in Portland on.
The approaches that I take is, I meet my youth where they're at. I don't try to put any expectations on them except, what I see where they're at and then where we can go forward. But when I meet a youth, I meet them where they're at, help them with what they need, and just build on exactly what they need and what kind of support they need, and let the relationship grow for itself. Since COVID has hit, my approach to the job really hasn't changed. For me, it's just been more of how do I keep doing what I was doing in person now that I'm not in person. So whether it's getting up early in the morning, making calls before school just to make sure that the kids are up, talking to them before school, wishing they have a good day, or if it's emailing teachers, to make sure to see what they need as support as far as school, or it's even just connecting, the families to resources. But all in all, for me, it's been just a strategy to try and figure out how I can still connect with my kids.
Working in a place that is so, accepting and fights for queer people has been just completely a 180 from everywhere I work. And we know that oftentimes schools and other places are afraid to do these kind of things or to talk about these kind of things. And I've seen it here taken really seriously, and it just fills me with so much joy and relief to find a place where I feel like I belong and to find a place where I feel like I can help kids to belong to.
I think it's special about our program that you really can't find anywhere else, that I haven't been able to find anywhere else, and it makes it a special place to work, and it makes it a special place to be a part of.
One of our core values is to demand equity. It is because of this that we are so determined to connect the youth in our program to resources and opportunities so they can grow into the people they want to be. In doing so, we amplify all of the voices of the children and families we serve. We also celebrate the different experiences, skills, and backgrounds staff bring to provide opportunities for youth to overcome personal, systemic, and institutional barriers. It is because of this that we are so determined to connect the youth in our program to resources and opportunities so they can grow into the people they want to be. Many of our youth and their families rely on public support services in their everyday lives and are experiencing urgent levels of need due to loss of employment related to COVID-19. We miss having youth's laughter fill the halls. Our gym, more often than not, would have some basketball game happening, cookies would be baking in our kitchens, and the office walls are always plastered with creative artwork from our youth. I so look forward to the day when we can all be together again.
Right now, we want to introduce our next performer. This is a world-renowned saxophone player who has shared the stage with a few artists that I think some of you may have heard of. Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Prince. In other words, basically some of the biggest artists of the last 4 or 5 decades. And besides being a world-class musician, this man has also developed a passion for mentoring young musicians. In fact, he recently spent time with one of the young people from Friends of the Children Portland. It's a young man named Michael. So Michael is the young man, and Mike Phillips is simply the man. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mike Phillips.
Hey, what's up? This is jazz saxophonist Mike Phillips, and I'm happy to be here on behalf of Friends of the Children. I am going to do an exclusive song off my Uncommon Denominator album called Heartbeat of the City. Only here. Check it out.
This is my youth, Michael, who I've had the privilege of working with for the last 6 years. Got him in 2nd grade. He's now in 8th grade now. When we first got him, he was into soccer. We got him into soccer. He was very athletic. They asked how many years has he been playing. We're like, this is his 1st year. He knocked it out the park. He also got into football, became Defensive Player of the Year his very 1st year. And so then, as a mentor, we are projecting, he was really into music, and I asked him, did you want to pick up an instrument? I know that our organization had partnerships with different musical organizations, namely Ethos. And so we began to get a couple of gift cards from Ethos for a saxophone class. And so we got him in a saxophone class. He learned how to read within the first 6 to 8 months. And then a year later, Michael was able to play by ear. And so he's growing into the instrument. We've had him play with other musicians. He's played in a talent show. He's went to concerts. He's also been going to the Portland Symphony. We went to a couple of those concerts because that's what we get donations from them as well. And so we've been able to ingratiate him with his gift of music. And so here he is.
So what's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
Good, you?
Yeah, let me hear you play. Let me hear you play. That is nice.
Can I hear you play a little bit?
You have to get your technique down. And once you get your technique down, whatever you have to say, your horn will just translate it so people can hear what you feel.
Okay, thank you.
You are so welcome, man. You are welcome. And keep on doing your thing, by the way, please. So you got to stay busy, stay productive, stay positive. And now I get the opportunity to mentor someone who I see that has a lot of promise. I'm going to throw a lot of work at you, but by the time I'm finished with you, you're going to be in beast mode.
All right, thank you.
I think it's important to support Friends of the Children Portland because we often talk about these systematic issues, you know, that our kids face. Racism, you know, being in poverty, working in a, you know, trying to navigate healthcare systems, school systems. And often, you know, people talk about kids falling through the cracks. I see us as the people who fill in the cracks in those kids' lives and make sure they're not, they're not forgotten, you know, they're not left behind. All these systematic things it takes everyone in the world to change, but I think Friends is doing the kind of work that starts that change, because we're there for kids in every part of their life, and we're making sure there's not pieces missing that they need.
A lot of it is just the consistency of being able to be there and being able to be a person who brings in resources for the family. But it really comes down to the family accepting those things. It is possible that my work brings in a lot to them, but it's what they do with what I offer them that really brings the transformation. It's really shining a light on how beautiful they are and how much they're capable of, and then going from there.
I believe this role is, you know, important in a youth's life. I believe it's important in anybody's life. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs support. So, I mean, if we can start at a younger age and teach people how to be friends, I think the world will be a better place, and there will be a lot more love and care and stuff like that.
Yeah, so donating to Friends of the Children is the only way that we can really do what we do. It's a program that requires consistency, and so that's a part of our model, is that by having mentors who are salaried and giving them a professional opportunity, we can be there for our youth long term.
The model at Friends of the Children Portland works. The Harvard Business Association for Oregon did a study and found that for every $1 invested into this model, the community is saved $7. We know that providing long-term early interventions to youth who need it most makes lasting impacts. 83% of our program youth earn a high school diploma or GED. 51% of program youth pursue post-secondary education or career training. 92% of program graduates enroll in post-secondary education serve our country, or enter the workforce. Our programs serve over 400 youth in our community, and each year our program graduates enter adult life empowered, hopeful, and equipped with the tools necessary to become their authentic self. The money raised tonight will fund the lessons youth are learning, the life-changing opportunities they get to pursue, and the positive relationships they will grow. Please consider supporting the important work Friends of the Children is doing in our community. You can do this now by texting the number you see on your screen or going to friendspdx.org.
Well, our final act here tonight is a local favorite with a worldwide reach. They actually helped us get into the holiday spirit just a few weeks back here on KGW by performing during our coverage of the Christmas tree lighting down at Pioneer Courthouse Square. So we were very grateful that they could be back here with us again tonight, supporting the work of Friends of the Children Portland. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, Portland's own Pink Martini.
Hi, I'm China Forbes. Because we are friends of our community, Pink Martini is happy to support Friends of the Children Portland and the work they do to break the chains of generational poverty. Join us this evening in celebrating our beautiful community in Portland and support the next generation of Portlanders by donating to Friends of the Children Portland. And now, here is our song, Hang On Little Tomato, a tribute to resilience.
Left and forgotten me. It's dark, I cannot see. Why does this rain pour down? I'm gonna drown in a sea of deep confusion. Somebody told me, I don't know who. Whenever you are sad and blue, and you're feeling all alone and left behind, well, take a look inside and you will find you've got to hold on through the night. Hang on, things will be all right, even when it's dark. And not a bit of sparkling sing-song sunshine from above, spreading rays of sunny love. Just hang on to the vine, stay on. Soon you'll be divine. If you start to cry, look up to the sky. Something's coming up ahead to turn your tears to dew instead. And so I hold on to this advice. When change is hard and not so nice, if you listen to your heart the whole night through, your sunny someday will come one day soon to you.
I think that the most critical part of our organization is that we commit for 12 and a half years. I've seen other places that, are still doing good work, but you maybe see a kid for a week, 3 months, 6 months. And you try to teach them, and you try to bring, you know, kindness and acceptance into their lives, but then they're just gone, and you never, you know, you don't know where they go, you don't see them again. And that, I think, is just hard on kids, because they have so many adults coming in and out of their lives. There's not that one place or that one person that's there for 12 and a half years. And that's what Friends really brings that's different.
They just uncover so much hope in what's to come. And I encourage everyone to read more about Friends of the Children, to look more into it, to follow us on social media, to see what youth stories, to see things in action. Like, these kids are worth it. They are 100% worth it. They are so powerful and beautiful and valuable and amazing.
Well, that just about does it here tonight. A huge thank you, though, before we go, to the fantastic musicians, the friends, and the youth who were showcased here this evening. And of course, a big thanks to all of you. A big thank you for tuning in tonight and joining us for this celebration. Tracy, I'm going to say I wish we could have been there together in the same room tonight, but maybe next year, Tracy. Maybe next year you and I will be able to host the 2021 We Are Friends Music Festival together, side by side.
Yes, Drew, that would be amazing. We are so grateful for the support you and KGW have offered Friends of the Children Portland tonight and over our 27-year history. I also want to thank all of you for tuning in and connecting with us. We hope you enjoyed the music and message of We Are Friends. And we hope we have inspired you to get involved with Friends of the Children Portland. If there's one thing we know so well, we are stronger because we are friends. I hope you cherish your friends this holiday season. We want to keep the party going. Tune into our YouTube channel at Friends PDX for a special surprise from a couple of our bands from the festival and Bar Chorale. Have a great night.
Looks very Hollywood.